Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This week we are going to be reviewing a robot by Forex Champions, and as you can see over here in this post, the robot is selling for 3,500 Rand and is being marketed as the best EA in Africa. And we know from experience, whenever someone says that the robot is the best in Africa, it is highly likely that it is not. And with this review, we are going to see what the actual results you can expect are from running this robot. Now, from these posts, you can see that the robot is run on US30, NAS 100 and GBP JPY as the currency pair. There are different settings for the indices compared to when you use it on currencies, and we will go over that as well. If you want more information from the creator themselves, you can find a lot of videos on this robot on his channel, and there are even some videos on how to set the robot up, and I used the settings that he gave out personally to test the robot over the past week. So as previously mentioned, there were some videos that detailed what the settings should be changed to, and this is the video on his channel that shows you how to change the settings. If you want to watch that, you can go ahead and do that, but I will be adding templates so that you don't have to change it yourself. As you can see on the screen, they're already showing you what you need to change the settings to. So for indices, you need to change the settings to a stop loss of 5,000 and take profit of 2,500, and for currency pairs you need to change it to a stop loss of 50 and a take profit of 25. We are now over at the MetaTrader 4 platform, and this is where the testing was done. So you can see that the robot does open quite a few trades, and this was even with my management of it. So this isn't a robot that you can leave alone. You have to stop it when it places one trade. So from what I could see from his videos, he lets the robot place one trade and then checks if it goes in that same direction, and then places more trades in that direction. If you can zoom into this section over here, you would see that it has a sell trade and a buy trade in a small area. So from that, you only take extra positions on the sell trade if the market starts moving in the downwards direction. But since the market is moving in the upwards direction, you focus more on the buy trade and then you place extra positions. So I waited for the candle over here to close, and then I placed another position over here. The same thing can be said over here with these two trades, and these two trades did end up in a profit. The method doesn't always work, and I would say that it is accurate 50% or 60% of the time. This style of trading isn't really ideal, since you will lose money on the trades that you aren't moving with. So say you look at the sell trade over here, you are going to lose money on that, and you might even lose money once you open a extra position on the buy trades over here. So when you don't manually stop the robot from placing trades, it does place quite a few more trades, and it places trades in the buy and sell directions. So the chart does become quite cluttered, and in my opinion there are way too many trades that are opening at once. So right here we can see what the settings of the robot looks like. You can have a start time and an end time, which is quite nice, and then you have the settings. So from here, none of the other settings really matter. All you need to do is focus on your stop loss and take profit sizes. You can also adjust the volume size of the trades that you are taking, and I always review my robots and software on the lowest lot size of 0.01. So right now we are just going to do a back test of the robot when you allow it to just place trades without manually being able to stop it. And as you can see in the Nasdaq tab, the US30 tab and the strategy tester tab, I'm using the 15-minute time frame because that is what I have seen him using as well. So if we just run this test, we will see how the robot operates. So right there in that moment, you could see quite a few trades opened up at once, and the drawdown for all of those trades was around $300, and it was all in one go. And then after those trades failed, there was more sell trades that opened up as well, and those trades ended up passing. So what you can see from this test is that the robot is just constantly opening trades, and the only time it isn't opening trades is during the time we haven't allocated it to. So you can't set it to only run during the most volatile times for NASDAQ, which is when I think most people program their robots to run, or you can just run it all the time if you feel like it. That is completely up to you, but for me, I was waiting for one trade to open and then place trades based on the direction of the market. And this only came after a few videos of his where I actually found the settings video. So the initial testing of the robot wasn't based on this. The initial testing was just letting it open one trade and then turning the robot off. So we're just gonna let this backtest run and get to the results of it. So right now we are at the end of the backtest, and from that you can see that the profitable trades that the robot had was around 63%, and even though it had this positive win rate, the net profit was still minus $1,500, and this is because of the fact that the stop loss is 5,000 and the take profit is 2,500. So in most cases you would be at a loss. So I'm not going to recommend running this robot 24/7, since that would really just blow your account. So now we are on to the results that I experienced during my time backtesting this robot. So for the previous week, I stuck to trading at around 8 o'clock, and then again at around 3 o'clock, and then again at around 8 o'clock. So this was just because most people trade around those times. The people that trade in the morning do so because they have to go to work. The people that trade in the afternoon are trading the most volatile time for NASDAQ, and those who trade at night are the traders that come home from work and would like to play some trades. So for each of these times, the total profit and loss that we got for the week was around 3,060 Rand. And this is when we use the method of waiting for a trade to get placed and then wait for the market to move in that direction and then place a couple trades after that. So from this we can see that the robot, even though it has a high win rate when you do backtests on it, and if you follow the method that was recommended by the seller, the robot still doesn't generate a profit. So when it comes back to what the creator of the robot is showing you, he only really shows you the wins and then labels the robot as the best in Africa. And from the backtesting and from the testing that I did last week, you can see that this is not true. This is why before testing any robot or adding the robot to a real account, it's always best to try it on a demo account first, just to see if the claims that were made initially are actually true. So to try and get some good points from this robot, the most successful pair was US30. The most unsuccessful pair was NAS 100. The US30 pair came out to a profit of 180 Rand for the week, taking into account the 24 wins and the 9 losses. And the profit becomes so small because of the take profit and stop loss being 1:2 instead of something like 2:1. And I think this is why on his account you mainly see him using the currency pair GBP JPY and the indice of US30. You don't see too much of NAS 100 on his channel and on his Instagram page. So I think if you are still looking to try and use the robot, avoid using it on NAS 100, since that is where the majority of the loss came from, and stick to using it on US30. So just a recap, we are going to be using the robot on the settings of a stop loss of 5,000 and a take profit of 2,500. The recommended pair or indice to be using is US30, and the time frame that is recommended is the 15-minute time frame. You're more than welcome to use NAS 100 and GBP JPY as well, but from what I have found, NAS 100 doesn't give you profitable results when compared to US30. The rating that I would give this specific robot would be a 6 out of 10 if we are focusing only on US30, since it was able to generate a profit on that indice. But as a whole, I would only give it a 4 out of 10, since the take profit and stop loss that is being used and recommended doesn't allow for you to make profit even though you have more profitable trades than losing trades. And if you were to use the robot 24/7, you would lose a lot more than what was lost by me during the week when I was using it on the method where you wait for one trade and then place trades after that. So for these reasons, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10, but specifically related to US30, I will give it a 6 out of 10. We are now over at the Forex Reviews SA YouTube channel. If you want more content such as this, please subscribe. To get the files for the NAS Killer Pro 3.0 robot, all you need to do is go into the Untouched Wealth Binary Killer Bot video, and then in the description of this video, you click on this link, and that will take you to the Google Drive where you can find the expert advice in this folder, and then the template for indices in this folder, which can be adjusted for currency pairs as well. Thank you for watching this week's video. Goodbye.